Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, and we back at it again, man.
I'm like, what he say fuck me for? 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 I'm like, what he say fuck me for?
Move this man!
We back with another Culturalist Theory video, dog. That last video was MC Hammer, really. That's what we do at MC Hammer. Culturalist Theory, MC Hammer, Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye, Biggie. You had so many options. You said MC Hammer is the best option. Number one on top of that.
Move this man!
You didn't say that. Tell me you did not just say that.
I'm just saying though. But we are back today, man. We're here to do the top 10 songs from Aaliyah. So these are the top 10 songs from Aaliyah. I have no faith in Culturalist Theory at this point. Just whatever you do, let's just get right into the video. I have no faith in Culturalist Theory whatsoever at this point in time. Their credibility is in the shitter, bro. Listen, Culturalist Theory, when it comes to y'all credibility, it's in the shitter. Okay, y'all have no credibility whatsoever, bro. I just give me something good, bro. That's all I'm asking for.
Welcome back, CT fam. It's your girl QB here with Culturalist Theory, and this time around, we're dusting off what we consider the top 10 singles from the late, great singer-actress...
Baby girl!
No, not that one.
Baby girl, better known as Aaliyah.
Yeah, that's the one. With nearly 3 dozen singles released between 94 and 01 across 3 studio albums and various movie soundtrack placements, she's amassed nearly 300 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 and sales in the multi-millions during her brief but spectacular career. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you like it, share and subscribe if you love it, and tap in on the merch and Patreon if you support it. Now that that's out of the way, let's up, jump, and boogie right into it. Number 10, The One I Gave My Heart To, Fall of 97. Launching our list is the last single from her sophomore effort. The Diane Warren penned ballad got a remix treatment when the video arrived over a year following.
We starting off good, Culture Theory. Okay. Y'all coming. All right. I get a little dap. Y'all get a little dap there. That's all y'all get though. Cause I know y'all gonna fuck it up eventually.
Album's release. The transition from her tomboy look to embracing her youthful, girly exuberance while singing in the rain was priceless. The passion Aaliyah has when she belts this one out had us feeling like these were personal scribbles from her diary put to music. We already knew she had it in her because of another single lurking somewhere up this list, with this one further solidifying those capabilities. Bring back the days when teenage girls would sing like this. Sweet and heartfelt, even if you weren't in the midst of a puppy love affair, The One I Gave My Heart To had everyone in earshot feeling some type of way. So much so that it peaked within the top 10 on both the R&B charts and the Hot 100. Believe it or not, its Engine number 9 positioning made it one of the millionth highest charting single on the Hot 100. It nearly went platinum on top of that, making this album-ending singles wrap-up ballad a lovely way to signify the conclusion of the era of the LIYAH. Number 9, I Don't Wanna, Winter 2000. Just 3 short years prior, Aaliyah
I don't wanna be without you.
And with I Don't Wanna being summoned for not 1, but 2 different movie soundtracks, there was no lies told. You can be forgiven for not recalling its inclusion on the Next Friday soundtrack that dropped right at the end of 1999, as this early Jazzy Fizzle product shizzle is more commonly tied to the Romeo Must Die flick, the film where Aaliyah co-starred alongside Jet Li and the late DMX. I Don't Wanna was actually the B-side to the more popular hip-hop and R&B duet Come Back in One Piece with Darkman X. One got a video, the other one was I Don't Wanna. But despite the sideways treatment of this gem, a great song simply cannot be denied. It still managed to kick around on the Hot 100 for 20 consecutive weeks and peaked at number 5 on the R&B and hip-hop charts. The way that Baby Girl was singing on this one defied its title in every way, showing that this is exactly where we want to be. Kinda like what Donnell Jones was getting at around the same time. Number 8, If Your Girl Only Knew, Summer 96.
If your girl only
post-debut
knew.
record were a pair of soundtrack offerings from A Low Down Dirty Shame in late 1994 and Sunset Park in spring 96. So as the appropriately titled Are You Ready tease from the latter, hell yeah, we were ready for a full-length LP from the recent starlet. Jay-Z wasn't the only one bringing new heat for the summer of 96. Nah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Doug. The Master P version where they remixed this song and turned it into talk about the feds kicking in your dough. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I like that version a little bit more. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I like that version a little bit more than the Aaliyah version. Don't get me wrong, Aaliyah version's still good, but I just like that Master P version a little bit more. If them feds only knew, they probably kick in your dough. That shit, hey, that shit good. That shit go hard, bro. Shout out to Master P. Shout out to No Limit, man.
Aaliyah was about to stake her claim in the game, but this time around with a completely different sound and image from what we're used to. Out was the Arkells writing and production factory, and in were an unknown and untested duo from the same area that Teddy Riley hails from to take her and all of her fans somewhere they'd never gone before. Of course, we didn't know at the time that Melissa, Missy Elliott, and Timothy Timbaland Mosley had recruited Aaliyah into their fold to be their muse. And we're equally surprised at how lead single If Your Girl Only Knew eventually became a number 1 hit on the hip hop and R&B charts about 60 some odd days following its release. Imitation remains one of the sincerest forms of flattery, as the Master P helm TRU wasted no time interpolating the hook just a year later for their single entitled Feds, featuring C Murder, Silk the Shocker, Mia X, and of course, the Colonel himself. This gold-selling single marked the beginning of Aaliyah 2.0 for all intents and purposes, leading us into the next single on this list, which is number 7, One in a Million, Fall 96.
Hell no. Hell no. This top 3 right here. 1 in a Million is top 3. Hell no. Now you starting to lose me, cultural hysteria. See, I gave y'all a little bit props too early, man. I gave y'all that too early, bro. Y'all didn't deserve it. Now y'all deserving this, bro. Now I feel like y'all deserve that now.
Move this man!
1 in a Million is in her top 3, bro.
The album's titular track was technically the 3rd single from the album, but as folks here in North America will always consider it the 2nd, as a Slick Rick feature Got to Give It Up didn't see a single release here in the States. You know, when people encounter the unknown, they tend to shy away from it, and legend has it that a couple of radio gatekeepers didn't want to put this record on, being that it sounded like nothing else that was on R&B radio at the time. But thank goodness not all the DJs on the soundscape shared a similar sentiment, as this mid-tempo groove about digging on someone that's, well, you've heard the song. Those of us who caught the album early on had already latched onto what Missy and Timbo were cooking up on this one right here, so to hear it on the radio and get a video,
Shit, boy.
Number 6, Miss You, Fall 2002.
This too hard to listen to, bro. I can't listen to this song. But to put this over 1 in a Million though is crazy.
Sad that Baby Girl's heavenly departure was the only reason we finally got this Lucy. First recorded by her basement stablemate Genuine for the 1999, once Aaliyah heard it, she was inspired to do her own rendition and use it for her eventual 3rd LP. But the record execs, they didn't love it. Whatever they were token, it clearly impaired their judgment, as this sweet lullaby topped the hip hop and R&B charts in 2003, simultaneously taking the bronze on the Hot 100. The soft chirping birds in the background, Aaliyah's syrupy delivery and relatability across the song draws you in, making you reminisce on the love that you had with the one who got away. While she wasn't a songwriter herself, this really felt like it was yet another unearthed gem from her diary in melodic form. Could any of y'all out there ever imagine Mr. My Pony pulling this track off with the same effect?
No chance! No chance in hell!
Number 5, Back and Forth, Spring 94. 1994 was a landmark year not only for hip-hop jams, but also on the R&B tip, with newcomers flooding the airwaves day after day. And out of absolutely nowhere comes this barely 15-year-old teeny bopper in baggy jeans and dark shades with a party jam that jump-started Friday nights for kids and adults alike. Outside of a random failure on Star Search a few years back that quickly faded into obscurity, the public at large had no knowledge of this cool chick repping Chi-Town by way of Detroit. All we knew was that Mr. 12 Play was the machine behind her, and this was something we'd never heard before, and it felt good. If this track didn't turn your frowns upside down and make you want to get up and hit the dance floor, then you seriously have some issues going on. Allow her to introduce herself. It didn't take long for this one to heat up either, peaking at number 3 on the Hot 100 within 90 days, shattering her mentor's own dozen-week stay atop the hip-hop and R&B charts where Bump and Grind once stood. A win for Kels because he wrote and produced her entire debut, save for a cover song that we'll get to very soon. And we'd be remiss if we failed to mention this single moved over 700,000 units by the end of the year.
Damn.
Ignorance was bliss when this one first dropped, and we were free to enjoy Back and Forth for what it was on the surface. And being so far removed from everything that followed, the nostalgia this brings up in the present day will forever keep us feeling alright, like it's 1994 all over again, in the best ways possible. Remember those albums that changed? Number 4, Rock the Boat, Summer 2001.
I'm curious to see what number 1 is now, because 1 in a Million and Rock the Boat is not in the top 3. I'm curious to see what number 1 is now. I know in Cultureless Theory they gonna be on some bullshit. Just watch. I guarantee you Cultureless Theory gonna be on some bullshit.
We're in the full swing of the new millennium, highly anticipating some new from our firmly established trio of young R&B starlets of Aaliyah, Brandy, and Monica. History repeated itself for the third round of albums, with Leah blowing first smack dab in the middle of summer 2001, about half a decade after 1 in a Million. So of course, we ate up the lead single We Need a Resolution with a bookend verse from the track's producer, Timbo the King, simply because it was something new. After devouring said album in the sweltering July heat, track number 3, Rock the Boat, had the feels of a summertime smash straight from the get-go. Blackground Records almost got it wrong once more, as they intended More Than a Woman, a solid record on its own merit, to be the second single. However, Baby Girl fought tooth and nail to ensure the masses got this one next. It officially hit airwaves just 4 days prior to the plane crash that claimed her life among 8 others after shooting her parts to the upcoming video in the Bahamas. The lion's share of the eponymous album was penned by the late Static Major, this one included. Essentially, this was a step-by-step booklet on how to please her in the bedroom. Mind you, she was a grown-ass woman at this point, but we still can't say we ever saw this coming from Aaliyah. But lo and behold, she had the whole world chanting its sexually charged hook as if it were the national anthem. And while the corresponding visuals that were eventually released for it were stunning, if that's all we'd have to give up to still have her here with us today, we'd opt for that in a heartbeat. While technically not a number charting single, it did win 3 Soul Train Awards and was nominated for a Best Female R&B Vocal Performance Grammy, all in 2002 after she got her wings. The replay factor on this one remains sky high, and for those of you who had this one as your number 1 Aaliyah single, we wouldn't argue you down too much. Alas, there are 3 more tracks that we feel are even more timeless, beginning with number 3, At Your Best, You Are Love, Summer 94.
Okay.
We'll never know exactly how Kelly was able to pull this performance out of the young, fresh, and new teen queen.
One of the few songs made it into the top 3, so I'm not mad at this one being in the top 3. You got this one right.
94, but the updated production and buttery soft vocals from Miss Aaliyah Dana Houghton on this Isley Brothers classic is, dare we say it, equally good, if not better than the original. Shh. We don't want our parents to hear us mention that too loudly now. The sophomore single from her debut album almost mirrored the chart performance of Back and Forth on both sides, which led the album to multi-platinum success. Sure, the bones for a wonderful song were already there, but Aaliyah served it up to a whole new generation, with many not realizing this was indeed a cover song versus an original composition. The only person we've heard do a rendition of this caliber is Ron Isley's own niece, Alex Isley. Go down another rabbit hole of her discography if you dare, and just super thanks us for it later. Got it? Good. The video remix for The Steppers is equally dope as the album version, so it really depends on what you're in the mood for this one. A little thump in your trunk, or the sensually seductive bedroom loving edition. Number 2, Are You That Somebody? Summer 98. School had just let out for the summer, and Brandy had finally dropped her sophomore effort to set things off. It had already been almost 2 full years since One in a Million ran its course, so everyone was wondering when Baby Girl was going to resurface on the music scene. Par for the course, with no album on the horizon, it was time for some more soundtrack work. The lucky recipient of her output this go-round would be the Dr. Dolittle soundtrack, which was the epitome of having a project with only one good song on it. The next time you ever look up Turbo Booster in a dictionary, Are You That Somebody should be about the second or third example listed. Case in point, the song itself went gold, peaking at 21 on the Hot 100, single-handedly carrying the album to number 4 and running up sales to not just platinum, but double platinum plus status. My oh my, the things that went down before the internet and streaming services. Now tell us any other song that you remember from this soundtrack. We'll wait. The newly minted Baby Girl owned radio stations all summer long alongside B. Rocka and Monica's 4 times platinum single, The Boy Is Mine, in the summer of '98. This 4.5-minute earworm was another showing off of just how good the chemistry was between Aaliyah and Timbo was becoming. But our crown jewel single of her career was another 2 years into the future, and if you haven't figured it out already, we now present to you
Chicks that play hard to get on that Aaliyah shit. At first I don't succeed, then believe I split.
Number 1, Try Again, Spring 2000. When your shit is dope, it doesn't take long for the hottest rapper in the game to start biting it. Now does it? Hov apparently caught wind of this track in its production stage and knew that it was going to be a hit when the masses got a hold of it, and it turned out he was right. Clearly aware of the hiatus his muse had been on at the time, Timbaland immediately sets off the track with a borrowed line from one of hip-hop's greatest of all time, followed by an ad-lib scratching noise before Aaliyah Y2K steps in and hits us with the ultimate dose of yes, no, or maybe. She told y'all she wasn't easy a long time ago, but since you didn't hear her the first time, she figured she'd remind y'all one more again. This time over a head-nodding track from a producer who quickly become one of VA's finest to start the new decade/millennium off proper. And for a young lady whose reputation is built on mystique, this one felt like a natural evolution and turned out to be a pinnacle of the Aaliyah-Timbo collabs. Try Again would be the lone Aaliyah single to top the Hot 100 and the first in chart history to do so on airplay alone, as it never received a physical release stateside. Chalk that up to being chained to the Romeo Must Die soundtrack and the marketing suits being unnecessarily timid about the song's potential. At least we got an equally enjoyable video to go with.
It seemed like they didn't have faith in Aaliyah like that. Yeah, I honestly feel like they didn't have faith in her. But she bet on herself and she always came out on top. That's the best thing about her. She bet on herself. She always came out on top. That's a good thing. But it seemed like they didn't really have that much faith in her.
And that took on a life of its own, winning a pair of MTV VMAs later in the year. Did we mention that her styling was, as she would have said, off the chain here as well? God damn, no wonder Jet Li was jumping off the walls to get to her. Just as any other guy that laid eyes on her would try to as well. The Grammy-nominated Try Again was also in the top 5 of many other charts across the globe, effortlessly cementing her place in history among the greats in the world of fashion and contemporary R&B of the 90s and 2000s alike. Alright fam, how was that for a trip down memory lane? Can't believe we're pushing up on 25 years since Baby Girl's taken her spot up in heaven. No matter when they actually dropped, her music's always had a timeless feel to it. So what y'all think? Did we call this one right? Leave your thoughts about it down in the comments, and remember to like and share.
I ain't gonna hold you. Culturalist theory actually, it was on point here, minus the top 3. If I had to redo the list, My number one gonna be One in a Million. One in a Million is my number one. That's my favorite Aaliyah song. Number two, definitely what I say was the other one. I keep number two is hold on, let me see. This was Try Again. Number two was what? Um what was the okay, yeah. Yeah, number two gonna be Back and Forth, then number three gonna be Rock the Boat, and then after that, I'm putting the song with DMX at number four. I don't care what anybody said. The song with DMX at number four, Bring Me Back in One Piece, Peace, Peace. Yeah, that's my number four Aaliyah song. I'm putting that at number four. I love that song. I used to bump. I used to fuck with that song heavy. Give me back in one piece, peace, peace. After that, it would be so tell me that's somebody. Tell me that's somebody. Baby girl. I'm the man from the big VA. Yeah, I put that one in number five. That's in the number five. Then after that, no. Did I say Back and Forth? No, At Your Best is number two. At Your Best is number two. I'm tripping. I get both of them confused all the time. Back and Forth and At Your Best. No, Back and Forth would be my number six. Back and Forth would be my number six. Then after that, Try Again be number seven. Try Again be number seven. I'm trying to think who else. Try Again be number seven. She got that one song with that features Tank, even though you don't hear Tank. Come Over. Yeah, Come Over be number 8. Can I come over? Can I come over? Come over. Yeah, that's my number 8. Number 9, I'm gonna put More Than a Woman at number 9, and then number 10, 4-Page Letter. I'm surprised 4-Page Letter ain't make it on here. 4-Page Letter go hard, bruh. 4-Page Letter is a fucking bop, bruh. How was that not on here? Your culture still, you missed the ball on that one. How does 4-Page Letter not make this list? That is a smooth ass song. If you listen to the lyrics, that's a smooth ass song from Aaliyah. Whoever wrote that need a raise. That motherfucker was smooth. On a 4-page letter, and now you closed it with the kiss. Most definitely. But anyways, though, shit. Yeah, that's my top 10 though. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next one. Till then, deuces.